Well, the Prime Minister has done it again. After courting controversy over his speeches in Canada this time, the controversy is over Narendra Modi's speech in China, something he went on to repeat in South Korea as well. As he makes his way back to India, Modi insults India is trending on Twitter. The opposition just called a press conference over 40 minutes ago, stating that he has done nothing short of insult the country and the countrymen. Well, Narendra Modi is in the limelight for the wrong reasons this time. After taking jibes at Congress in his speech in France, Germany, South Korea, Modi has done a deja vu in China. There is an uproar on social media over his speech to the Indian diaspora. Modi has said, and I quote, "Earlier you were ashamed of India, but today you are proud of the country." Modi had earlier come under attack over his criticism of previous governments during his last trip to Germany, France and Canada, on which he came under heavy criticism. As we speak, Modi insults India is trending on Twitter. The opposition has been quick to rally on this particular point, stating that the Prime Minister owes an apology. He has insulted India and Indians.
आपने तो विदेशों में रहे थे, कैसा समय बीता था। हिंदुस्तान के हो, ऐसा ही होता था ना। इंडिया से, अरे चलो चलो यार, ऐसा ही होता था कि नहीं होता था? कोई पूछने को तैयार था क्या? कोई सुनने को तैयार था क्या? कोई देखने को तैयार था क्या? एक साल के भीतर भीतर आप सीना तान करके आंख में आंख मिला करके दुनिया से बात कर पाते हो कि नहीं कर पाते हो? दुनिया आपको संभार से देखती है कि नहीं देखती है?
आई थिंक विश्व में इतिहास में कोई ऐसी घटना नहीं हुई होगी जहां देश का प्रधानमंत्री विदेश में जाके ये कहे कि हमारा दुर्भाग्य है कि हम हिंदुस्तानी पैदा हुए या किसी और देश के नागरिक पैदा हुए। इस किस्म की गिरावट राजनीति में मैंने तो आज तक नहीं देखी।
Well, has Narendra Modi insulted India as the opposition states, or do you think it's just a part of his speech? Nothing should be made more about it. Do call us. Our caller lines are open. We are giving you our numbers right there. Do look at on your television screen. Those are our numbers. We'll be taking your call, your perspective live right here on the story. I want to cut across now to Smita Sharma. In fact, she's been tracking Narendra Modi's visit. She was there in China. She's been tracking the visit very closely. She's going to give us reactions that she picked up from the audience at that point of time as well. Smita, of course, there are two ways of looking at that statement of the Prime Minister. One, of course, the way Congress is stating that he has insulted India and Indians. On the other hand, there is a section which believes that these are things which come up in speeches and should be left alone to just oratory and a particular speech, and nothing more should be made of it. You, in fact, were traveling with the Prime Minister. You've traveled abroad with the Prime Minister a couple of times, covering his visits there. What kind of reactions did you pick up when he actually made a statement like this? Were people affronted, or did they take it as a part of a speech made by the Prime Minister of India?
Well, there are a couple of things here, Preeti. Really, when you look at the Prime Minister's speech, as you said, that, should one just look at it as oratorial? Because, these are clearly not slip of the tongues.
Right.
These are statements that the Prime Minister has been making over and over again in all the places that he has been going to, and, of course, addressing the Indian diaspora as well. But having said that, at the end of the day, we must not forget that the Prime Minister is on foreign soil here. It is not a political rally that he is addressing in Chandni Chowk or in some other constituency in India. So one would perhaps expect a little bit of grace and humility, giving some space to also the previous governments, because whatever good has come of India today, it's not because of one government which has happened overnight. The Indian brand story, in fact, that has been transformed through successive stories, through successive governments as well. Be it, of course, the economic liberalization that Manmohan Singh did when he was the finance minister under Narasimha Rao, to, of course, Mr. Vajpayee ending that nuclear isolation in a way, taking those bold steps. So here, Mr. Modi also seems, in fact, to be dismissing of whatever, in fact, his previous BJP government also had achieved.
Right. Smita, stay on with me there. Like Smita pointed out, there is a train of thought which also goes on to suggest that even if you have dirty linen, why wash it in public? These are matters that if you want addressed, you should come in India. If it is a political rally, bring it up there. Why internationally go out on a limb to insult the country and the countrymen and even the last political dispension, because these are matters of the home. They should be sorted out in the country itself. Let's bring in Priyanka Chaturvedi. She's spokesperson from the Congress. She's joining us right now. Priyanka, we just heard Kapil Sibal there taking up this issue, stating very clearly that he needs to now tender in an apology. Same thing had happened on the issue when he had made those comments in Canada and France. What do you reckon? Will the Congress take it? Where will the Congress take it from here? Does the matter end with that press conference, or are you going to, or is your party going to pick it up in a larger way?
No, it's not about just a press conference. It's not just about expecting an apology out of a person who will probably never apologize about what he's doing on foreign soil. What needs to be understood is how he is losing the chair, the dignity of the position that he holds. He holds a position for this entire country, not for a selective few who have voted for him. You cannot go on foreign soil and talk nonsense just because you are the Prime Minister of a country. It's extremely unfortunate. An apology would be great, but expecting something like this out of someone like Mr. Narendra Modi would be a bit too far-fetched as well, considering he has consistently chosen to talk negatively about the government, previous governments, talk negatively, and this time he's carried it too far by even insulting the countrymen. It is absolutely uncalled for, and it needs to come to a stop. Because if he doesn't, this is only going to get bigger.
Right. Appreciate you joining us, Priyanka. Priyanka, they're holding the train of thought that this is the Prime Minister. He represents an entire company. Understandably, it's something that he has said in many of the speeches, always said that it is not him who has gone abroad. It is him representing the millions and the billions out there who are Indians. So he should have been gregarious enough to understand that his country, who he is representing, has diverse opinions. Let's cut across to our first caller. Kamath is joining us from Mumbai. Go ahead, Kamath.
Yeah, good evening. I feel this comment by Mr. Modi is quite unnecessary. I'll just put up 3 quick points. One is he should be focusing more on his performance and how he has turned around the country rather than blaming the previous governments. 2 is there has been no precedence of our previous prime ministers saying something of this sort, in spite of the fact that they faced more difficulties than Mr. Modi has faced in the past 1 year. And thirdly, it looks very shallow and shabby for the country's prime minister to go and criticize our own people. I mean, the previous governments are Indian citizens. They are not somebody foreigners or terrorists. They are Indian citizens who were elected at that particular point in time because they were the best option.
All right. Appreciate you joining us, Kamath. Points well made there. Let's cut across to our next caller. Manohar joins us from Hyderabad. Go ahead, Manohar.
Good evening. It's very sad that the Prime Minister of our country making such silly statements outside. I mean, looking at his background, the way his knowledge of geography, his knowledge of history is so poor, I don't think we can expect much from this Prime Minister. It's really unfortunate that he chose to make these comments in a foreign country. Very bad.
All right. Appreciate you joining us, Manohar, joining us from Hyderabad. The caller lines are open. Our last 2 callers do believe that it wasn't right of the Prime Minister, who represents millions of Indians and who is on a foreign trip, to not be on Indian soil and make a comment where he attacks a political dispension. It's not right for him to do so. Also, he has always stated that he represents millions of Indians, and he needs to understand that millions of Indians could possibly have diverse opinions. Our next caller is Sanjay from Greater Noida. Go ahead, Sanjay.
Ma'am, I was listening to your program and seeing Mr. Narendra Modi's speech. It makes me, as an Indian, feel very low that our Prime Minister, for whom we have voted, goes out and washes the dirty linen in other country, ma'am. If he has any regrets, anything about India, he should come and rectify it here then, instead of going and making speeches then.
All right. Appreciate you joining us, Sanjay. Well, all 3 callers do agree with the fact that even if the Prime Minister has dirty linen to wash, it's not on foreign soil that he needs to do so. If he holds a political rally, he can do it in India, but definitely not on foreign soil. There needs to be a little bit of pride involved there. Let's cut across to Rishi from Nagpur, who joins us. Go ahead, Rishi.
I completely agree with Prime Minister. He has said nothing wrong in it. If you see previous 1 year of the UPA government, there were a lot of criticism in the international press about other scams which take place under UPA regime, and that gave a big big setback to Indian economics. That's why if he criticized it, there is no wrong in it. He has criticized the policies of the previous government, not an individual or a country.
All right. Appreciate you joining us. Our caller from Nagpur there, stating that there is absolutely nothing wrong with what our Prime Minister said. There is nothing wrong in criticizing the obvious. So various opinions coming to the fore. Our caller lines are open to call us. What do you make of what the Prime Minister said when his visit to China, which he repeated, mind you, in South Korea? It's something that clearly was scripted, something he wanted to say. Before we take our next caller, maybe we'll ask our producers to play that excerpt from that speech made by the Prime Minister, and we'll go live with our callers then. Once again, let's try and play that excerpt.
आपने तो विदेशों में रहे थे, कैसा समय बीता था। हिंदुस्तान के हो, ऐसा ही होता था ना। इंडिया से, अरे चलो चलो यार, ऐसा ही होता था कि नहीं होता था? कोई पूछने को तैयार था क्या? कोई सुनने को तैयार था क्या? कोई देखने को तैयार था क्या? एक साल के भीतर भीतर आप सीना तान करके आंख में आंख मिला करके दुनिया से बात कर पाते हो कि नहीं कर पाते हो? दुनिया आपको संभार से देखती है कि नहीं देखती है?
So was it right for the Prime Minister to say what he did in China and then in South Korea? Or should he have shown a fair bit of restraint? He represents millions of Indians and maybe they can have diverse opinions. Let's cut across to William from Pune. William, have your say.
Hello?
Yes, William, have your say, please.
Yes. See, this is not the first time Modi is what they call undiplomatic. In the year 2013, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh addressed the nation from the ramparts of the Red Fort. And immediately after that, Mr. Modi marks at Manmohan Singh on a day like Independence Day. See, BJP people, good many of them, get into controversies, talking rubbish. He doesn't silence them.
Right.
Himself, he speaks like this, uncalled for. It's an insult to us. People have involved,
Right.
voted for him.
Okay.
He should behave like a Prime Minister.
All
not
right.
as-
Yes, appreciate you joining us, William. Well, that is our last caller on this show. We do thank our callers, our viewers who've been calling us and expressing their opinion on what they made of Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister's speech in China and North Korea. Do they believe that he truly did insult India, something which is, as we speak, trending on Twitter? And as the Prime Minister makes his way back, he clearly lands himself in a spot of controversy.